True story about my parents. My dad came home one day and I was just sitting inside. He goes, son, I think your mother's really mad at me. I was like, why, Dad? He goes, well, she backed the truck into the car, got flustered, took the car, backed it into the garage and drove off. So she crashed 2 cars and the house all in like a span of 2 minutes.
The car's not going in the driveway if she's mad at you. Previously on the GTO build,
Took the extra steps to make sure that this car is perfect.
And that is how you wire your engine.
It was a true 242 GTO, so it did already have disc brake in the front, but it still had the drums in the back. This does not have a posi, so we need a posi.
all right, so it's at Dixon Auto Body in Welland, taking my 85% with the gaps and making them 100%. Okay, so for a rocker molding, this is the old one, and it's got this steel clip that sits in here like this, and I can see from the rust. I don't like this design. This is 67. This pushes up against the rocker to keep it out. And this would have to hang out below my rocker when you're putting the rocker molding on. It would clip underneath and then fold onto the top of the rocker panel, and then you screw it down. These clips are off of 66 from what I can see in the Ames book. And 66, the only difference between the rocker molding is that it doesn't have this little piece. There's nothing on the door, and this piece comes straight out. So these essentially would sit in here like this, and with one screw at the top, this would hold the rocker molding on the bottom. Now you got one screw on the top and then a bigger hole at the bottom, and that keeps the clip from doing this. I don't want to drill my whole rocker full of holes, and they obviously went to that other style for some reason. I don't know what. Again, I didn't take the car apart, and I don't know what went where. So I'm gonna do my own thing because I couldn't find the proper answer on Facebook groups, GTO, no videos on it. So instead, I'm gonna cut this little tab off. I'm gonna stick it in like this, and I'm just gonna use 2 screws. So I'll have one on the top. I'm gonna put one screw at the bottom here. There's a little bit of a gap. The head of the screw won't show through. And I'm just gonna put half a dozen along the bottom. We've got a long strip at the back, and then the very front, it's the GTO emblem that holds it on the front. So we'll stick these on now. Doesn't really matter because it's just the screw hole. If there's paint on the inside of the screw hole, as soon as I put the screw in, it's gonna take the paint out again. But I'm just gonna cut all these little tabs off, and then that's it. It's getting ready for the paint shop. A couple more hours tonight, I'm loading it in the trailer, and she's gone. This is the original door, and what I've done is I've taken tape, put it on there, found my holes. I'm gonna take this tape off and lay it on the other door, keeping in mind that I have to put this face on the door, and then I can mark my holes. That way I can transfer it exactly perfectly. Happy with everything so far, other than this little quarter panel is up too high. And if I look at the original, that would be the original height. You can see the height difference there. And then if you look, this is actually the top of the original, and this is up high. The only way to really fix this is to cut this off and then re-weld it. Kind of disappointed by that. But now's the time. I should have done that before I went into primer, but that's no problem. Right, Kitty? So trim on the quarter panel behind the tires just has holes at the bottom. So I mounted that with these holes here, then just took a pencil line and marked the top, and then these clips are what hold it in place. This tab fits in a hole here, just a hole inside the quarter, and then a screw hole to hold that in place just below the line. to make up for just the thickness of the trim. And you also want to make sure that your holes are bigger than what they need to be. They'll fill in, and your holes will be a lot smaller, so that accounts for the GTO signs and everything else too. So, but very happy with how that looks. So I got my gaps much better, ready for the body shop. And there she is, last day in gray as I will remember it. Start sanding and blocking, and she's gone out of my hair. We will see you at Motorama. If we're not there, it's because it's out of my hands, because I'm finishing this car. Because for the GTO, I had to open that up a bit. I got to touch more grinding there, but basically all I did was drill 2 holes from the backside with a stepper drill bit, and then just cutting with a die grinder at the back with a cutting wheel, and then ram air, bam. Very cool. Here we go. It's getting exciting. All right, so it's at Dixon Auto Body in Welland, and they said we can mention their name, but don't bother trying to call them because they're too busy to do anything. But they're working on the GTO, and what they've been able to do with the gaps is taking my 85% and making them 100%. The hood looks great. The door gaps look great. I'm super happy with how these are all turning out. Lots of body work to do yet. They got the trunk. They're able to lift up on the trunk. Basically, you can see where we're getting down to metal. And then there's still low spots. We fill it. We skim it, sand it, skim it, sand it. But man, does that look nice. So back in a temporary booth. This isn't the paint booth, but this is where they do their bed liners. Matt's gone over our first layer of spray putty and then found all the low spots. And were there any high spots to knock down? Yeah, there was a couple to knock down, yeah. And he's had the doors off again. I've seen it looking much better. This is just temporary. They're just putting it back on. We'll do another layer of spray putty on it again, and then sand that again. There'll probably be a couple spots yet here and there. Will have to be touched up, and then primer. This is nice because it's got the heater, so they're gonna bake it over the weekend, let the putty dry, and then back at it again next week. So you're the paint guy? What do you think? It's hard to tell on the camera. That's what we're going for, is just a little darker than factory and a lot more metallic. So it's actually Ford color though, isn't it? Yep. Yeah.
Mustang.
A Mustang? Oh, okay. So what years?
90s.
I think that'll do it good. With all the chrome on there, it'll really pop. We started the car years before he even met his wife.
Well, she knew about the car, but I never really told her how much money had been put into the car at that point. It was like, that was before you were even around, you know?
Yeah.
Rich and I made a deal, and we shook hands on that deal, and that deal stands until the very end, which I'm still very happy with. The big issue, we were getting married at the time, and it's like, okay, so we're spending so much money on the wedding, and then I'm just gonna slide some money at the GTO. And it's money at the wedding, GTO, and I don't know anything about weddings, so I asked, like, how much does flowers cost? It's like, oh, you have no problem asking about flowers, but when Rich says you need this for the GTO, it's just no problem. I was like, well, I know how much stuff for cars cost. That makes sense. I don't know a damn thing about weddings. Not a damn thing. And every penny we put into this, we get back. So it's perfect. This is gonna get me in so much trouble.
Yeah, so normally we're a collision shop only, but under the circumstances, to help out our buddy here, I decided to take it on myself as a personal challenge. And Rich got the car pretty well done. He got all the metal welded up and the bodywork roughed in. But I advised him it's better to take his time and make sure the car comes out perfect. I wanted it to represent what I can do, and a lot of late nights, and it's gonna turn out good. So to start off, I set all the gaps on the car, just make sure everything was gonna line up right. Went around from the back to the front, finished off all the bodywork. Gave it 3 good coats of feather fill. We're gonna block that, and any little imperfections we'll take care of, and apply 3 coats of high build primer, and then we're blocking and painting.
What grit are you doing now?
This is 220.
220?
Yeah.
Okay. And then after the primer, you're 320?
320, go over it with 500, and then it's ready for paint.
And then it's ready for paint. Okay.
So,
So,
we're at the paint booth.
yep.
and it doesn't look like the GTO is going to be ready for Motorama.
Nope.
And after 4 years of working on this, I think you and I have always said that it needs to be done right.
A little disappointed, but at the end of the day, I'll get over it. It's Motorama, but we can do it next year.
Yeah, definitely.
Car shows are good because it does motivate you to actually finish the car. But
yeah, I'm really excited about how far it's come along in the last little bit.
So we're just gonna spend a couple extra weeks and work on the car. It's still snowing outside, still freezing rain outside. So we were planning to have it ready for March 7th. Now it'll be the end of March.
We're gonna be driving it in the spring.
Right, so either way, we've come a long way. It's running, transmission's rebuilt, even though it's not in it.
Yeah. And I hear Jack Black is still going to be at Motorama on the 10th signing autographs for anyone who comes up to him.
$5.
Free.
That's somewhere around 600 to 800 hours I have into the car.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense to rush it just
No,
for
and I've got like tens of hours too. And it's,
Sunday, you wanna go Sunday?
yeah, I'm thinking the 10th.
All right, 10th, then we'll be there, but the GTO will not be. Primer this weekend, paint still next week or the week after, and then final assembly. Okay, I know, it's after 7 o'clock, dark, it's cold, it's Canada, but Matt requested one of these so he could keep working tonight because GTO's getting paint soon, this week. Let's see how he's making out, here we go. So one more coat of primer on it. The doors still need blocking, but they're coming off for the paint. What are you down to now? 320?
320's done. I'm 500.
500, nice. And then paint on Saturday, maybe. Starting to take that in. Trying not to be annoying, but excited at the same time to see how things are going, progress and whatnot. So I got the doors and the trunk and the hood off. I think they need to be blocked a bit more and some touch-up stuff here and there yet on the doors and the trunk, but it's getting painted this weekend. But the car already got painted, so I kind of cheated because the door was open when I came here this morning and I beat Aaron, so I already went in. But this smile is genuine. This is the GTO. Aaron's got a fancy camera, and I don't know if it does it justice. Again, it looks different in the fluorescent lights than it does outside, but like, I love it. None of this, it's the wrong color, it's not a good enough body job, there's little pieces wrong here and there. Like, the walking in this morning, it's a 10 out of 10. It's the darker green that we were going after. In the sunlight, it'll really pop, but it flip-flops back and forth to like a navy blue and a green. And at night, it'll just look black. Like, it'll look like a black GTO. I freaking love it. It's one of those things, when I built my house, people come in, beautiful house, I'm like, yeah, but that's not right. And that room, for some reason, that closet isn't 100% square. And you know all the imperfections. And I've got a picky eye, and I cannot tell the difference. So a couple small little pieces of dust. Like right here, you can see just a little speck in there, and that's just to be expected. All the work on the wing or whatever that is coming up the back turned out really good. The tail panel's all banged up. I straightened that as best as I could. Matt spent another night on that. Got that really good. Like 10 out of 10. I am so excited. So as it sits right now, we're not allowed to unwrap it. He says we probably have to take a razor and we need to cut the plastic off, so I can't touch it. I was hoping to unwrap it, because unwrapping it's always the best part. Like, just walk away and let them do their thing. 100% the best decision to not tackle this myself. There's no way that I can get the experience that these guys have to paint it. I did the Fleet Master, all the body work, but it's best decision just to pay the money and pay for a perfect paint job. I didn't sleep much last night. 4 years, and then this is what you end up with. It's perfect. Love it.
You were using a Cromax Pro,
Okay.
which is the old DuPont, and it's a pretty high quality product, and it's like the best clear on the market, in my opinion. Feather Fills is like a putty that you spray on.
Yeah.
But the high build primer is an actual primer, makes the paint stick. And then after the primer, I put on a coat of sealer, and I didn't like the way it came out, so I put 2 coats of sealer on. Then we baked that, and then we sanded it with 800, and then we put on our base coat, which is the pearl green, and we put 3 coats of that on. 2 coats for coverage and 1 coat to lay out your metallics. And then we blasted 3 coats of clear on. There's a lot of clear on.
Yeah, right.
There's a lot of expensive clear on.
I know what's gonna come up is why didn't you paint it with the doors on and the trunk and the hood hanging off to the side?
It's not like old school days where you have to worry about tiger striping and all that shit. It just kind of you blaster and go. Like the metallics and the new waterborne paint are just your self-leveling. They go on nice and easy, and it's usually, if you get it all done within a month, as long as you keep your pressures the same at the gun. We got state-of-the-art scales, and as long as you mix the paint the exact same, spray it the exact same, it'll all look the exact same. They'll never believe us young kids, but it's just, it's the way it is.
Yeah. No, thanks a lot, man. Like, it looks perfect. I appreciate you coming in on a weekend and doing it. And,
Oh, it's really nice. Plus, it's one of my dream pairs. So.
Oh yeah, well, thank you for a rip in it. Absolutely, man. Thank you for a good ride.
Hey guys, just a quick note. I just wanted to let you guys know that we've moved our merch over to Teespring. Their integrations with YouTube are a much better setup. We redid a whole bunch of t-shirts. We've got stickers now because everybody's been asking for stickers. I'm not really a sticker guy, but they're actually our #1 seller now. So we'll be coming out with some new designs. So check it out often. Aaron takes care of most of the stuff, but I get some snazzy t-shirts out of the deal. So, and these are still kind of clean. I think this is his and he wanted it back, but it's already dirty. Thanks for your support, guys. Thanks for watching. There we go.